Good morning, y'all. Hold on a second. Let me get my camera right. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited about the Twitch category for writing and reading. Perfect. Oh my gosh. That's better than anything we were even asking for. So I'm just excited. What a great combination. Oh, I'm delighted. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just this crispy Spidey came in here and made my day. Made my day. Oh, I'm so excited. Wow, that's nice. Because yes, just chatting was entirely too broad. And I hope they do co-working and not co-working and coding, because co-working and coding, I don't know if that goes together right. I thought they already had one for coding, for software and coding or something like that. But anyway, we're going to continue to hope for the co-working crew. But for the writing and reading crew, OMG. This is some of the best news I could have ever hoped to get from Twitch. We're finally recognized. We've been asking for this since 2021. So it took them, what, 3 years to get here? But we finally got here. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. All right, so let me get us set up for our pomo today. Let's see, we're gonna do the one single pomo, 75 minutes. So let me get all right, so we got the one that we're gonna do. And we're gonna go to clear done. Okay. All right. And I am still on that chapter 12, so I'm gonna work on that to get that finished up. So I'm gonna set my timer to 75 and 5. All right, so there we are. Again, so very delighted. We're going to go ahead and jump right into our 75-minute writing, and I will see you guys in 75 minutes. I'm going to be excited all day today. This is, well, wonderful news about this Twitch category for writing and reading. Just fantastic. I'll talk to you soon. Well, all right, everyone. That brings to a close our 75-minute writing time. I hope you got a lot accomplished. I have 3 more paragraphs left on this chapter. Um, and then I will be done with the revision of this chapter. For those who are new here, I'm working on my first novel. That's part of a trilogy that I'm writing. And we are in our draft 4, which we're preparing for alpha readers, as well as to get some edits, get some additional editing done from an outside source. So that's where we are. We're working through that draft, and once that draft is complete, we'll have draft 5 ready for beta readers. So I'm really excited about it. Looking to get this published by the end of the year, and or at least get on the track of having it published by the end of the year. And so I'm very happy about it. And I am definitely delighted that Twitch has finally, I feel seen. I feel seen, Twitch. You finally created a writing and reading category for us. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for that. And for those who do co-working streams, which is really what a lot of this is as well, we're hoping that soon they will have a co-working category as well. But it's exciting. Also, just to let you guys know, I did join in and sign up for the Creators Clubs. So Twitch has a creator club. Creators Club applications are open. I was able to get this channel in under IRL, and hopefully they will have a co-working club, maybe even a writing and reading club. You know, we just got to ask for it. But they are starting to recognize that. So that is a way to get into the clubs. And as they expand, once you're in, as they expand, you can ask for an invite into specific clubs as they create them. So if you want to be a part of that, you can. Just take a look at that. All right. So let me see. Moondare, you asked me a couple of questions here. What editor did you use? Just wondering who you went for. So, hi, I've been working alongside you today. How exciting. Good luck for your book. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for the first time chat. Thank you. And welcome in. I'm working very hard at making sure I have a strong writer's habit, and trying to get here every morning during the weekdays, Monday through Friday, at around 6 in the morning, to do this hour and a half of writing before I go to work. I feel like if I write first thing in the morning, I will at least have accomplished 75 minutes of writing and concentrating on the book. So that's helping me tremendously. And welcome in, and thank you so much for joining in. So Moondare, right now I started out, so I use a couple of tools. I started out when I started writing this book about 3 years ago. I used nothing but Google Docs, and I wrote the entire first draft in Google Docs. And then over time, I realized that there were some writing tools out there that could really help me. I started looking at different tools. I looked at Scrivener. I looked at a couple of other tools, but I ended up settling on Living Writer. And I'm going to start to write some blogs. I have a website for my author, an author website. So I'm going to start writing some blogs and doing some short YouTube videos on some of the tools that I use. So I ended up using Living Writer. And over the course of the last almost 2 years that I've been using it, it really has been very helpful. And I am currently set up. I worked with them, and I am an ambassador for their tool. So I will announce that and talk a little bit about that, a little bit more about that tool set that I use. And then I also recently started using Pro Writing Aid as kind of a first draft editor to help me with editing, and I really am very pleased with Pro Writing Aid. So between, and I still open up a Google Doc. So if I'm looking at text and I'm looking at the editing, I'm looking at what the suggestions are for the edit. I have a Google Doc open. I pull in originally what I wrote for the sentence or the paragraph or the section. I go through and see what the suggestions are between from Pro Writing Aid, and then I take that and I combine it all back together to clarify the writing and to do some clarity that way. So that's part of what we're doing as part of the alpha reader phrase. I don't have a person yet for an editor if you're talking about a person, but I am telling you about the tools that I'm using for self-editing to help me get through that first self-editing break. If there's anybody out there that is an editor or can recommend an editor, I'm open to recommendations. I plan to use Draft to Digital to actually publish the book. So I'll talk about that company as well. So I got a lot of stuff that I can really talk about. Probably you'll see me talking about those things either on a Wednesday night stream or a Saturday morning stream. I'll just have a section, just take time out and talk about the different tools that I'm using to help me get through this writing process. Yeah. So, so my goal is to self-publish the first book, see how it goes, and then get the strength and the courage to actually go out and see, can I find an editor or someone to help me to see, can I get an advance for the second and third books to write them and get them traditionally published. But I'm not sure. I may always go publishing. I really like the setup of Draft to Digital. And oh, I'm so sorry. I have a ad break that came in. All right, welcome back, everybody. I appreciate you sticking through the ad breaks. They do help. At first, I was like, "Do the ad breaks really help?" Well, they do help. It might be little pennies on the dollar, but they help. Every little bit helps as you're trying to trying to get yourself established in a different. I won't say it's necessarily a career change, but it's just something different that I want to do. I've been working in a job in a profession for over 35 years. So I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to do something different. So this creative life is really an enjoyment for me. But as I was saying, my goal is to start out as a published author going through self-publishing. The company I want to use is called Draft to Digital. The reason I want to use them is they only take 10% they only take 10% of sold books, if that makes sense what I'm saying. So if I have the book out there, they're only taking 10% off the top to help me to market the book to all of the places like Amazon, uh, digital publishing, all of that stuff like that. So they're really helpful in that part. They offer great resources for marketing your book, helping you to get the links. They even have the ability for you to be able to have your book offered to libraries, which is very important to me because I know I have a family member who worked in the libraries, and I know how important that is because a lot of people like to borrow books from the library digitally. So they'll help you with that, becoming a part of a resource with that, and help you with the marketing. And then it's typically about 20 to 30% that those services take, like Amazon, and other places where your books are published digitally. So what you end up with is roughly about 60% of your sales coming back to you directly, which I think is really, really great. Um, as opposed to traditional publishing, where you typically aren't going to get that much. But the difference is with traditional publishing, if you can get an editor, if you can get someone to take you on as an author, you can get advances, and those advances can certainly help you from a financial perspective, um, especially if you are writing full time. So there's there's the pluses and minuses of it. I'm not going to say I'm an expert at all of it because I'm still learning as I go along and still trying to figure it out. But I just was trying to find the path to least resistance, to get myself out there, get established, and to get published, because that is my goal. My goal is to become a published author, um, within the next 3 months if I can do it. 6 months most definitely. So in the next 3 to 6 months you'll see the first book published. But yes, I will definitely, if you are interested in joining the Discord, I do have a redeem, and I do have a redeem as part of my rewards for Discord. um, let's see, where is it? Yeah, so if you want to redeem and get a Discord invite, there's a number of points there. But for some of you that have been hanging around in the community, and the reason why I made the Discord invite kind of like invitation only through the channel points was I just want to make sure that whoever wants to join the Discord really is sincere about writing and reading, and not just joining the Discord, to come in and heckle people. Yeah, yeah, it takes a minute. Drafting the book takes a minute. um and I'm not sure, I've kind of stepped away from NaNoWriMo, Nano National Novel Writing Month, or NaNoWriMo, however you want to call it. um but I will be doing something similar, to what they do every November, where it's 30 days of writing, with the goal of getting the first draft of a book, or at least to finalize the revisions of a book. I'm hoping to start book 2 in November. October is typically known as Preptober. So I will be doing that, and I don't want to go into a lot of discourse around NaNoWriMo. Um, they just had some challenges, and they are working as an organization to correct the course on some things that were going on. If you want to know anything about what may have been happening with them, you can certainly feel free to look it up. It's well known, but they have been doing a lot to correct the course, and so I'm just sitting in the shadows, kind of looking to see and make sure that the corrected course that they're taking is a good course. But I do. I still have a. I still have a. I still have an account with them, all of that stuff like that. So this year I'm just going to see what happens as part of NaNoWriMo. Um, and I also work with another organization called Shut Up and Write. So Shut Up and Write also is where I got the idea for the daily inspiration for writing, um, as part of that organization as well. So um, yeah, definitely on Discord, I'm going to have to put in a bunch of resources for people so that they can see some of the resources that I use, especially as a new writer. I won't say new writer. I've been writing for a long time, especially as taking writing seriously, towards getting my books published. I'll share some of those resources there. Right. Art's breathing on YouTube. She is stepping out of the room as well and is doing her own public challenge, the rough draft challenge. Oh, so I want to I okay, so thank you for sharing that. Because yeah, so you know some of the controversy that's been going on with NaNoWriMo, and I'm heartbroken by it. But it is what it is. But I will definitely I'm gonna snag your comment here, and I'm gonna go look at her and see what she has around the around that first draft, because we were just looking for it, because that's what a bunch of us as writers were saying. You know, you don't have to necessarily do the NaNoWriMo. You could figure out something else. You know, like I like that she has the rough draft challenge, because we always question why NaNoWriMo chose National Novel Writing Month to be in November, because we were like, people are trying to get through Thanksgiving, you know, in the US. I'm not saying, you know, our holidays are not the same, you know, across the world, but particularly here in the US, where there was a strong commitment around that. We were like, why are you doing it in November? Worst time of the month, worst month of the year. November, December are two of the worst months of the year to do these kinds of things. Right? because because the holidays. Yes, yes, yes. And that's what this is wonderful. Mundir, this is wonderful. Thank you for sharing this. Because we've also been trying to think about, you know, when would it make sense? March is better. March would be better. Even October would have been better than trying to do it in November. Just seemed odd. But I understand they're trying to do it 30 days, you know, 30 days of writing. But I'm definitely going to check out Sarah as a resource, and start taking a look at her. Go ahead and follow her. And also for y'all, I do have a YouTube channel as well. As a matter of fact, yeah, I do have a YouTube channel as well. Same brand, EK Rose Writes. So you'll start seeing a lot more activity from me around the writing, you know, my methods, the things I do, and all of that sort of stuff starting next month. I launched this channel in June of this year, and I've had to spend, rather than focusing on a lot of marketing of the brand and marketing of the books, I really wanted to concentrate on finishing the books. So I really have picked up the writing. Yeah, productivity is kind of, yeah. Yeah, sometimes I call myself scatterbrained a little bit, because I'm just like, ugh, I'm all over the place. And so whatever tools I can find that'll help me focus. And that was why I really liked moving out of the Google Docs into something like Living Writer, because here I can focus. I've created character profiles. When I'm talking about a character, like I just typed in the name of a character and it's highlighted, and I look right on the side and I see, here's the character, here's the description, here's their archetypes, right? You know, a brief bio of them. I can look at their goals of motivation, and I can always remind myself as I'm writing from this character's perspective, am I holding true to who this character is? You know, so, and I'm not saying it's the only tool that's out there. I'm saying for me, I found it to be very, very helpful in that regard, because once I've did a lot of work creating these characters, and just, you know, looking at their backgrounds and having very detailed character profiles. And so now I've been able to add them to the you know, to my profile here for the character. So whenever I type in the character's name, or I can glance over the character and click their name, and I can go and see, you know, is this really what this character would be doing? You know what I'm saying? So that helps me a lot to stay focused on the characters and not um, not wander off too far in the writing, you know. Um, but anyway, I am enjoying this conversation with you all, but I do have to get to work this morning. I actually have to go into the office. On Mondays and Fridays, I work from home, so I have a little bit more time that I can really chat with you all in the mornings. So I'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. or very close to 6 a.m. And we'll start this again. We'll do this again. We'll take 90 minutes to introduce ourselves to each other and do a little bit of chatting, but primarily that 75 minutes of writing time. I'm telling you guys, it's golden. It is golden, and it is really making a difference in my sticking to a writing habit. Wonderful. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Moon Dare. And then on Saturdays, I am typically up at 8 a.m. in the morning, and we do a very super long session on Saturdays. So if you have a lot to get done, Saturdays is a great productivity day. I typically start at 8 and I don't end until around 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So you got a good 5 or 6 hours to really work on stuff on Saturdays. And that's been helpful for me as well. So anyway, thank you all so much for being here. I am going to take you to something a little different. Take you to some puzzling. I love the puzzling community, the jigsaw puzzling community. It is also a great opportunity if you're working on stuff to co-work with somebody while they're doing a puzzle. I know it sounds boring. Got you. So I know it sounds boring, but I'm going to tell you, while they're doing the puzzle, you can work on whatever you're working on, you know? So it works. Yes. Yes. So it actually works. So let's rate out to, and this person is also a member of our community here writing as well. So we're going to raid to Gargy. Oh my God, let me get the name right. Gargybeast. Let me make sure I spell that right. Gargybeast. Gargy Beast. So that's the raid that we have. And here is my raid message. We're always bringing peace, love, and positivity when we go over to folks that we raid out to. So feel free to copy that. You should be able to use that. I don't think you have to be subscribed to the channel. Hopefully that works. If it doesn't, y'all let me know next time and I'll try to figure out what I can do to make sure that it will work for you. But that is our raid message. And again, I want to say thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope to see you again tomorrow morning. Take care, everyone, and God bless.